outstanding bid. This is an exceptional grab. Oh my goodness.
Here we are in beautiful Beenleigh in Queensland for the Australian Mixed Ultimate Championships Division 2. We are into the knockout rounds. This is the pre-quarter match, round of 16. We have Southern Hills Summit from South Australia, Adelaide, against the incredible Hucks out of Sydney, New South Wales. This is Avril Tam, joined by Callum Faulkner.
Thanks, Avril. We're really excited now. Here we go. Knockout portion of the tournament. So our pre-quarters here. Very excited to see the talent coming out of South Australia against incredible Hucks. We've already seen on stream. Unfortunately, went down to Blob, but here they are. Still coming second in their pool, winning where it matters.
And Hucks quickly, power position play. Charlotte Kong all alone in the end zone. How did she get so free? And a 2-throw score to get on the board by the incredible Hucks.
Won't take long for Southern Hills to figure out when. Well, that was Sean O'Mahony, I believe, shooting that one. They've got to learn pretty quickly, stand in front of the big fella. Do not let him get his throws out. I don't believe he played yesterday. I don't remember seeing him out there in the first stream, but maybe Hucks hiding a ace up their sleeve as, yeah, Wong just left wide open, running deep.
Maybe some confusion with the one-on-one matchups coming down on defense, but Charlotte Kong, she's been very impressive. I think one of the younger players on the roster. I recall seeing her play with Team GWS in Australian Ultimate Championships earlier this year. She has some wheels, so Charlotte Kong getting big early. So both teams, as you said, coming second in their pool to finish with just one loss each. As you said, Southern Hills Summit, the Hucks with a loss against Blob, one of the top seeds, and Southern Hills Summit with a loss against Oblivion, also one of the favourites in this tournament, as Southern Hills work it up quickly on the open side. The open lane is covered, a second option comes in. Tonkin around, oh, it's a high shot, but Chong reaches it up, snatches it down. And the open side is free, but she goes a floaty one, just floats it to the break side to the end zone. Beautiful score by Alec Little.
Yeah, that's really nice from SHU. Not many clean options coming towards the under space, so why not send it long? Little's got wheels, so it's a really nice put.
Yeah, I love to see Chong as well. She kind of rides a slight downwind direction, so you see this slight high release here. She's using the wind to her advantage. She knows that's going to float some extra distance, so once she sees her receiver in Little on the deep side of the defender, just lets it fall into the lap. So very nicely done. Very good discraft there by Chong.
Good to see them willing to throw it early using the wind.
Yeah, what are the conditions like at the moment, Cal?
We've got kind of looks like a upwind, downwind kind of breeze coming across from the right of your screen over to the left. So the pulls from this end that SHU's about to throw out, they'll be a bit challenging, but the downwind O, as long as you've got touch with the breeze, should give a strong advantage to anyone on the right of the screen.
Yeah, and as you see, the upwind direction here for the pool, having to try to work to get some meters with the roll. So conditions here, as you said, an up-downwind. Scores both going downwind so far. This one's going to be a high one, gives an opportunity to Turnbull, but Volsky secures that upfield to Lamb.
It's quite a strong D-line that SHU has put on right now.
Yeah, they want an early break, don't they? And Hucks move it well. They're already knocking on the door here past the brick mark. Volsky in the backfield to O'Mahony. Volsky just work at 1-2. Oh, and sneaks one in the gap, but there was no one there. So just a slight miscue on the release, I think. That one not going to plan, and they give lots of meters back too.
Absolutely. So now on this turn, SHU's going to look for, well, two things in particular. The man with the disc now, Oscar Turnbull, he's going to look to get that disc every second time. as we're going to see right now. And he's going to look to kill the point.
Yeah,
so.
there goes a hammer. That's a swirly double S shape. Just outside now. Oh, and straight in to the mark.
Quadzilla.
A massive block there. A huge block for 21 Jeroen.
Clearly been in the gym. The legs getting in the way. Very nice work.
Oh, cops a bit of a bump on the mark there. Just called the foul just to reset. Fair enough. So second bite for Hucks going downwind. And you can see the quite flat. Oh, and
there
he
he is again.
sneaks a shot in. Big paw Roberts. So Stevens working together with Turnbull. So you see Turnbull's quite an aggressive throw. This one is a high shot. Receiver successful. Engages Turnbull very early. And this Stack now having to reset the positions after being driven back. Stevens. Open side. Roberts. Again, back to the safe hands of Turnbull. But SHU continue to be driven back. The downfield cutters are not positioned well. Turnbull finally gets an upline strike, but continuation not there. And that angle was a little bit too much to handle.
I think Turnbull's just trying to force a little bit too much right now. Very, very good thrower. As Throne himself picks it up. O'Mahony, dangerous.
Leung has shouldered a lot of the handling load. This time has got more support with O'Mahony. He's drawn the Turnbull matchup. So all the way back, Hucks retreat. Nice switching there to cover that upline cut. O'Mahony, another upline comes this time in power position, but no continuation, and Turnbull just turns around. Intercept. Defenders are taking their time to catch up, so Turnbull goes a big auction. He's looking for the receiver, number 35. And a fantastic grab by Southern Hill Summit.
Yeah, Dan Roberts again. Look, it's just going to be these two. If you're the Hucks and you are unfortunate enough to give up the disc, you just got to know that 35 and 40, Dan Roberts, Oscar Turnbull, all they're going to do, they're going to look for each other all day, all right? They do it for their club teams when it's split season. They do it clearly when it's mixed as well. Like, they still have unreal chemistry. I mean, Dan Roberts is one of the fastest blokes in Ultimate. It's not fun marking him at all. If you've got that assignment, you've got to have a third lung to keep up. And look, Oscar, when he's on, he didn't show how clinical he can be at that point, but kid's a workhorse, great defender as we saw, very smart block. So if you're Hucks, you just can't give them the disc. And it looks like if they're playing D, they clearly trust their O-line. So that's scary. It's a scary thought.
Yeah, and that's the first break of the game as well for SHU. So they get one up early against incredible Hucks. And I think the other thing is this is an upwind break, which could prove to be quite valuable in the context of the game.
Yeah. Hucks they man the line accordingly. They've got pretty much all four of their males handled pretty regularly. Obviously, like Moncaro, Kerr and Baker, it's like 40 years of handling between them. And then they've got their three young 24s players with their female matching players.
Yeah, so mixing their experience and youth.
Yeah, so Blackburn's going to be the anchor here, and she just doesn't make mistakes. She's such a solid handler. We saw her in that blob game. She was carving up zones, so pretty bold of SHU to put one on. I guess they're just going to test the flow early, as we see Lorenzen just popping in and out all the time. She's going to do that all day.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to pull a zone out. As you said, this is a slight upwind direction, so just giving a different look to incredible Hucks and forcing them to throw multiple passes, increasing their chances of getting a hand on the disc. As you see, they haven't made too much ground, but I do like the cycling movement. Yeah,
it's nice so far. And we didn't think Lorenzen was necessarily going to be handling so much this tournament. We showed him the last game. She just pops and gets through Cubs very easily. You see a great bid there from Buckland.
Oh, a heated defense now as Hucks make some ground, and Hucks
Tsang.
go big one. Brios Dos Santos in the space, but she's going to be beaten out by the much taller Jack Donaldson, who just plucks that above her head.
Yeah, well, he's a very long boy. I mean, you see someone with that amount of length deep in the zone. Like, there's a reason why he's there.
Yeah,
he's going to clean up any of those shots that give him a sniff.
He's tall, but he's long plus, I reckon. Like,
oh, yeah.
I don't know if the ratios just follow the rule there for Jack Donaldson, but he gets things started underway, moves it up for shoot. And that one's popped up for Severin, and that one's just in and out of that hand's bubble. Sorry, Childs.
Oh, had Baker, didn't want it.
MK, stiffs up line.
That's not good.
Some awkward contact there. Luckily no one's hurt, but they play on. And the Hucks, easy work now, getting it over to the break side, and a continuation to Dos Santos Lee from Munkaraka. Gets the job done.
Samuel Brown takes the contact there right to his ankles, and he just shrugs it off, which is very impressive. Wasn't a very clean bid, wasn't really close to it, was Buckland, but hey, Samuel Brown gets up, and Hucks just find that flow over to the break side. I think that's going to be SHU's biggest test against those kind of O-line sides. Lots of throwers have got a lot of experience, and they're able to break the mark, which is a skill. Obviously at Div 1, you'd think almost everyone should be able to break the mark, but here, like, it's very valuable, and like, in these pre-quarters and moving forward, we're going to see teams that are able to effectively use the whole field and generate that flow on the break side. They're going to be the most dangerous, right, Av?
For sure. I mean, like you said, there's just such vast variety in a Div 2 Ultimate Championships like this one. You've got, very, very experienced players, not afraid of the wind. And then you've got players who are maybe still developing that skill set at the moment and sitting downfield. So it's a bit of a balance. And I think the teams who go far will be the ones that, have depth in their roster and the ones that are able to coordinate their strengths.
Definitely both teams do. We've seen that already. That was a pretty good unit. But now we don't see the Roberts-Turnbull combo out there, but Turnbull will field this disc and be partnered up with Jackie Chong, who's already shown a throwing prowess early.
So she going offense in the upwind direction, already past halfway. Gordon up the open side. Baden hop. Sent to the disc to Turnbull. Someone on the open side looks them off. Looking for Chong, who goes power position. Oh, that's a fantastic mark there, but well saved. Great layout for SHU to keep them alive.
That's a great grab from Gordon. I don't think he knew it was... Tonkin, rather. I don't know if he knew it was coming or not, as Gordon makes an insane grab by himself. Just a...
Outcall.
Bunch of contact. Just need to clean that up and just see this here, how close we... Yeah, I mean, if anything, he gets pushed out of the sideline. If anything, we don't really know where his feet's going to land. He does toe, does get his left foot down, and then I think he's bumped out. So I think
Exception foul. I think it looks like
Adam Sells is happy to admit that he just trucked him, man.
Yeah,
that was rough. So the SHU boys, great hands on him so far.
They work it up quickly now. Turnbull travel corrects. He really wants that around break backhand. That one's going to float too high.
Zong getting a very clutch block there. We see Turnbull, he's definitely prioritising that break space. So
yeah, and I think he's sometimes actually forcing it a bit too much on that around backhand. Like, in the upwind direction, it's going to pop up, and there's a couple that have been 50-50 for his receivers.
I think an issue is going to be that he probably feels like he's got to be the guy on this line. And
a big shot by Zhong, all the way to the end zone.
Oh, perfect.
Fantastic reception.
What a point.
Cheryl Lu Hing gets on the end for the incredible Hucks.
Perfect cut and a perfect throw. Cheryl Lu Hing just showing her wheels, tracking down that disc. That's a really great work. Zong comes up, gets the block, picks up the disc. Yeah, just... He's in space. It's not Zong who's thrown it, sorry, but just found herself in so much space. And
I do want to credit the defensive efforts of Sanjeev Kumar. So he drew the match up against Oscar Turnbull.
Yeah.
You saw Turnbull, like you said, really wanted that break side and seemed to really want to get the backhand around break. But Kumar did just enough to make those throws pop up a little bit and just give his defenders a chance to go for the block, and they do end up getting it. So I want to really credit Sanjeev Kumar for his efforts on defense there.
Yeah, absolutely. He's allowed Tsang to get that block, and then he's thrown it to him, and Zong's decided, oh yeah, I'll get the break for the team, why not? Got Lu Hing in acres of space, so I think what's going to serve Turnbull really well is he just needs to take a breath. If he's going to be the guy, he needs to be just a little bit more consistent at the minute.
So roll or pull from DeSantos Lee. Turnbull again, don't think has had a point off yet. An open throw, that one does okay, and a long shot goes up. The receiver reads it well, going up and down in the wind. Very well done to shoot. That is Badenhop, Chantal Badenhop with the score.
Keith Chow likes the shape, likes the wind. That lefty flick, that's very dangerous, so able just to drop it in to the receiver. That is very stable when he threw. You see it there, and that just plays Blackburn out of the equation if we're able to drop it in and around. So, yeah, Badenhop, nice free goal, great cut. Open side, playing it perfectly when their shooter's in power position.
Yeah, we talked about depth in the rosters, and I think Hucks have shown it so far, you know, different players getting involved with the assist blocks and the big plays. So, certainly showing that they're using their whole team, which has been really nice to see. There's a lot of focus around Turnbull, but he's off this point, Cal.
Oh, he's earned a break. Good. Yeah, look, this SHU unit, they've got a lot of strong matchups out there.
Yeah, and this time going downwind, I wonder if they're going to go for a match defense rather than zone, but that's a decent roll there.
Oh, through the legs of Volsky, but offside call.
So I think Stevens had a good punt at that one to get it rolling a bit further. But with the offside, a bit of a let off, O'Mahony to pick up. Lu Hing on the under. Another under provided by Kong, so they work their way up quickly. Centres back to Lu Hing. Comes back to O'Mahony. Slices one through the middle. Wong. Open side, ooh, two hands on the disc. I think they reckon, yeah, offense gets that one.
Yeah, simultaneous. Dan Roberts having a big sniff.
And a strike up line by O'Mahony. Continued. Cut's not timed, and there's someone on the floor now, but they continue playing through, no stoppage. So Lu Hing now on the doorstep. Quick one through. And Wong with a quick score.
Yeah, look, Lu Hing just being the anchor at that point. Her and Mahoney just working it up the whole way. So, and they've done really well. That's a really nice hold, very clinical. Good sniffs from SHU as well in there. See, from a previous point, this is a shot from Chow. So nice, throwing into the same third. That shape is all you can hope for.
So early days, and after SHU got the first break, Hucks break back, so we are back on serve at the moment, and the offensive points back on that downwind direction, Cal.
Yeah, it's going to favour the offense. Pretty rough to be on pulling duties. Well, if anyone can get it there. Semel Brown, and that's a lovely inside-out rip of a backhand. That's going to float real pretty. There's a bit of a rundown here.
Yeah, gorgeous pull, but Chong fields that comfortably. And offensive flow for SHU. Looking good so far. Gestures for some under options, but has to go for a dump set with a stall count. Moving it quickly. Chong again with disc in hand. Points. Lamb. Sorry, Gordon. Now moves up So just working on the far side so far, SHU, but the flow is not there. The throw's having to hold the disc for a fair few seconds before there's an open option. So the SHU flow is being stymied quite well by Hucks so far.
That's good. They're just they're forcing up to that high side, which not a lot of teams have done so far. So just going to get off this sideline, and here we go. We should see some flow down this break lane.
And very nice work to get it, like you said, on the break side as a pick is called. So Charles reduces again. Once they get that first lateral pass, they do well to continue it. And this we know is a more powerful side. Once you get it behind the defenders, it's much harder for them to set up. So nice grab there, Gordon. Continue. And Brios dos Santos Lee gets in the way on the last line of defense.
Really good work from SHU. Like they've got really good flow. So we're seeing signs of like a more developed Div 2 team. As soon as they're able to get that lateral, we just couldn't get the kill cart there. I think the pressure from dos Santos Lee is...
Yeah, the angle of the cut a bit too lateral.
Yeah.
Baden Hop just need to come more towards it, just more in a V shape. But this is a high stall shot. Dos Santos Lee saves it. Munkaraka. The wind is strengthening at the moment, so just a little bit of doubt in the throwers' minds, but a floaty one up top. Well done. The Hucks, they go a big option. That one was always going to fall short. And SHU immediately go the other way, but they...
So are you just going to hand block on the way through, or...?
There's a bit of chat, so there's a call. Retracted call.
Wow. So Asher Bosch runs past. That is Alec Little. Gets a hand block running through to get onto the mark. So that's a great bit of defensive work to get the block back for his team after he was underthrown. Looks like everyone
I think
just confirms.
Chong just wasn't sure what the call was. She thought that, yeah, something happened. Anyway, they clarified it, and they're going to reset with Munkaraka. Moves it across. Oh, that one in and out of the hands. Little gets in the way. So Chong now, a couple of turnovers apiece. Wants to get things going on the open side, keeps it nice and low. SHU on the far side. It's a nice away cut, beautifully thrown into the lap of Sam Tonkin, and Gordon rides that downwind to perfection.
Yeah, I mean, that's really nice touch. Not a lot of options for him early on. It was a little bit messy, had a lot of people cutting at once, and that saves Tonkin. Just free, he cleared up from like the one on the stack, I think, and he's found himself at that front cone, nice and free.
Yeah, it was a lengthy upline cut, wasn't it? But I think he got the defender kind of sucked in too close, yeah. Yeah,
so you saw him run across screen, so he was just kind of clearing up into the stack and goes, hey, I'll just keep going.
Yeah,
free goal.
Really smart cut. He did the strike upline but closer to the disc and then went away from the disc, so that created that extra separation because of the angles he used, that change of angle as he was going upline. It wasn't like a straight, it was like a little bit of a V cut, so really nicely done. So still on serve after a messy point. That was 3 turnovers for each team. So there's a couple of long ones at the moment, Cal. Might be the difference, you know, which team can get on top of those 50-50 points.
For sure, it's a tight game. It's just going to be if they can stop forcing the shots. I think that's really all of the errors coming from right now. We haven't exactly seen crazy defense, but just kind of lapses in concentration from...
Float on the pool, but floats out of bounds and into the soccer goal for a goal. Some bonus points there. So Jong is going to pick this one up and bring it in.
It's going to be a zone. So if you're in the deep of the zone, which looks like Turnbull's going to man that space, you just have to be ready. They've got a lot of throwers on this line.
So SHU opting for a 3-3-1, but you see that second wall of defenders coming very close to the disc. So certainly prioritising that small space in front, making it difficult for the handlers to get through, but they find some small ball through a couple of holes. So
see, Mahoney's got someone deep here if he wants it.
Yeah, she's got Charlotte Kong there just sneaking in the backfield, but ooh, high risk one.
Very snooky.
O'Mahony
He could.
works high release with Kuma. And they rifle it through to Wolski, so they're making some pretty easy ground here, as the travel is called.
Oh, I don't know about that one, but look, if you're the Hucks, we're now in the territory where a little scuba with the wind as well. Like if you're something like O'Mahony, that's well in the arsenal.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice putting on a zone with a downwind, right? Like all the thrower needs to do is do a high release and let the disc float down. So I don't know about this defensive tactic from SHU.
Probably think they fold shortly, but seem to be happy to hold it. Disc now past the brick mark.
Yeah, O'Mahony working with Jong in the backfield. Wolski just waiting in the holes there for things to open up, but Kuma gets through. Sells a house. And Kuma on the sideline. So the hand is just eking their way through. Wolski finally gets hit on that nice position between the two defenders. And
there's
Scuba.
the scuba. Oh, but just the wind got it.
You called it, Cal.
I did.
Was the look. That was the look.
Call it. Maybe the 40-meter one is in his arsenal, but hasn't exactly dialed in the little ones just yet. But Turnbull shoots.
He just wants it out of there, but he's got 3 Hucks there.
Yeah.
Chasing after Sol Gunson. That was just a shot for territory.
Yeah, look, if Gunson's going to take that many with him, you've got to think there has to be at least 2 people open somewhere else, so...
Just a little impatient. Oh, that one's lucky for Wolski to get a mitts on it. Ratanavong. O'Mahony. So just little ones through the cup as they were doing earlier in the point.
They have to do this the whole time, aren't they?
Yeah, proving very successful and not really looking troubled at all. Kuma, a lovely one. That one squeezes up that far side into Konga now. Wait.
Oh, he thought about it again.
He was going to go then. But opts for the safe reset. And they're doing really nicely just to be patient to find those holes and those 100% passes. Really liking the patience here by Hucks.
Here we go, break out.
Oh, through Kuma. Ooh, bobbles in and out hands. Turnbull, is he going to look long again? Nope, this time he says, nah, learnt from the last one. So Collier marked by Lu Hing. Collier goes to inside backhand. It's a high shot, but snaffled up by O'Mahony. And Kuma just stands and goes, here, I'll take it. Oh, and Kuma. And
oh, Turnbull! There he is! This is what he's the best at. He's so explosive, and he's just going to probably throw it away unless Buckland can do something impressive. And oh my God, shoulder high, full extension layout. This is...
Oh, and the Hucks give it away. So furious and frantic, but Oscar Turnbull, head high, layout, full horizontal, takes a breath. Can he find a target? This one over the head, and Hucks are going to snaff. Oh! And SHU get the disc through Justin Tan. On the doorstep, Turnbull jinx, goes up line.
Wow.
And Turnbull for the score.
That's a crazy point for SHU. They have come away with 2 very favourable. Well, there was a moment of brilliance. Shout out Oscar Turnbull. Lots of lovely defensive grab to throw it away. Really, realistically, twice that point. And look, Justin Tan's come in and he's saved the day. We just need a little bit better options. This is crazy. Yeah, great job. Yeah,
that
really
was
good.
Above head height. Like, he jumped at head height and then reached up further and just gets full horizontal. And Tan just with that rolling grab and has the sense to just conserve greatness and stay patient here. And he just knows that Turnbull strike up line that's going to win 9 times out of 10. And SHU with a long point. So we talked about it earlier, Cal. Some of these multi-turnover points, it might be about who can get the edge. And SHU have managed to get the edge twice here. That last point having 7 turnovers in total. So steady head by Justin Tan. Massive kudos for the grab and the assist. And the siren Oscar Turnbull is here to play, ladies and gentlemen. So Hucks back to the drawing board on offense.
We'll now have to go upwind now after conceding that break. So
So SHU hustling hard on their zone D. Blackburn moves it across. Ooh, that was a close bid by SHU. Hucks maintain possession for now, but they're certainly looking shaky. So Lamb and Blackburn working together.
Blackburn shoots them off with the double team.
So Hucks finally find their way through. And that's a nice shot up to Dos Santos Lee now.
We're going.
Oh, that's a high speculative grab, and only Donaldson was going to get that. Big shot. Oh, that's a big up and under.
To be fair, Gordon has a chance to get this now. That is...
He's got Brown. Oh, but what a completion there. Gordon with the hops. Safe option. Back to Stevens. And Chong's in support, unmarked at the moment. Chong just telling the stack to get in place. Shoots up. Roberts. Oh, shoots it to the shins of Donaldson. And Roberts just weaves into that front cone, and SHU 2 breaks in a row.
That might be one of your final displays of Div 2 Ultimate there. Donaldson getting, a very handy turn for his team, and then just throwing one of the all-time pies I think I've ever seen. That is, Gordon had already turned away to come under. He's thrown the disc up to the moon, and Gordon able to have a fantastic grab.
Yeah, so beautiful replay here. Oh, and fantastic hops there. As you said, Donaldson just threw a massive up and under as the teams call a timeout to grab a breath. And we are also going to hear from Simon Talbot, who has some insights for us on the game.
Well, it's been a couple of exciting points, but I want to take us back earlier in the game when SHU dug themselves in a bit of a hole with her offensive thing. So you can see here, what they've got is a split stack setup. So they've got 1, 2 cutters isolated out in that high side, and then 3, 4, 5 on the slow side. What happened here is we're going to let it play through. They ended up with the disc on the low side where things were quite crowded. And their stack adjusted. They all moved into the center of the field. But then what happens later on after this throw here, they start heading backwards. And then look at this. They're off screen. There's a huge space here. And all their cutters are way too deep. They just didn't adjust after these negative throws. And it meant that Southern Hills Ultimate, you can see, the Hucks, they all just gathered themselves guarding the unders, and it just made defense way too easy. They ended up having to go with a couple of ambitious throws to that high side and ended up in a turnover in the end. So their adjustment needs to be as the disc goes backwards. You can see here this big space open up. They need to make sure their stack is responsive. So there's big open territory here. It meant that Hucks just had to guard the unders. It forced risky throws. It forced a turnover in the end.
Thank you, Simon, for those insights. And as you said, some adjustments required on offense there to make it a little easier. But we have SHU from Adelaide, South Australia in the driving seat and in control of this game. They are up 2 breaks, 6-4. Not a bad time to call a timeout, Cal. I know half is at 7, but when you get broken twice, it's very wise to just take an opportunity to take a reset. Okay, this first half is not over. Let's see what we can do to gain a little bit of control and take some good momentum to the second half.
Yeah, good for this downwind node just to have a moment. It looks like Hucks are playing downwind line, upwind line. So everyone's kind of getting fair game time, but looks like Mahoney's just staying on at the minute, so maybe the timeout was...
Oh, the one-handed grab for Kong doesn't work out. So that downwind offensive opportunity not going to plan. So Turnbull quickly up to Childs. Oh, and the one-hander, again, the throw just a little behind Severin. Ratanavong holding this for a while. The store count must be rising. O'Mahony's covered by Turnbull, so he goes upfield. Jong saves him. O'Mahony, that one's to Kong. It's going to fall short, but Kong outreads Severin. And Kong with a nice hold for Incredible Hucks.
Yeah, possibly just kind of bit her out of like body position there. Steph Charles didn't exactly have a clean line to the disc at all. So the Hucks able to find flow down this near side of the field and able to convert after finding throwers in power positions. It wasn't exactly a throw out in front, but
it came out of the hand with a bit more angle and a bit more lip than O'Mahony wanted, but Kong, wise to that slight S shape coming back, she managed to keep her defender behind her, so she had her back to her to preserve that drop zone of the disc. And very well done for Hucks to peg one back 5-6. So down 2 breaks, but not down and out at all. Hucks have seen some ebbs and flows in their previous games, and maybe they can peg one back before half as the sun comes out of the clouds for the first time in a while, Cal. So the sun coming out, and perhaps the Hucks turning on the heat with a big pull already down on the first pass. Applying a zone at the moment. So just trying to slow down this very flowy SHU offense. So SHU's poppers coming in just to disrupt the zone, and a scuba over the top. It's well received by Collier. And they work a 1-2 upfield, having worked through the first 2 walls of the zone. Childs, Tonkin. Moves it to far side, Chow. Earl, far side. So just happy to work it through their handlers. They need someone to come in. Everyone is standing way too far away. Make some small ground through the cup as Chong is there for the reset. To the high side, patience by Tonkin.
coming crowd now. There's got a lot of people behind the disc.
Yeah, Lil now comes. A little bit of rotation through, which is what they need, shoot. Hucks are doing well to hold things up, applying some defensive pressure. So that's what they really need to work on going into the second half. So Tonkin, again, exhibiting good patience here just to find the 100% option in Earl. And Chong's pointing, but that's going to be a high risk. He wants to go for it. He does. That's too much float. There's no way Chong's going to get there.
And I was thinking, pretty bold from Hucks to hold the zone, but I guess that 3-3-1 look, once it collapses near the end zone and, you know, the field becomes a lot shorter, SHU aren't really able to penetrate anywhere near as much as, well, Hucks come up with a risky shot and Earl pulls out of what could have been a Callahan.
As Hucks have all 64 metres and intercepted by Tonkin. So this is a chance to take half. They've collapsed to a match now on the end zone line, so Tonkin, it must be stall 8. He goes a scuba to a very stationary receiver. And SHU, that is half.
Keith Chow there coming up with the spoils. She's done really well to get the disc back then. Obviously cramming them on the low side, and Tonkin's just able to get an easy read, sees exactly what Hucks were trying to do, and we'll just get her back straight away. You see there, just a little flash poach, intercepts Blackburn. And then just a casual little scuba over the top as Hucks failed to scramble and lock down all their players after that quick turn.
They got to stall 8, I reckon, and then just thought they had everything covered, but I think Chow just hiding in the shadows there next to the bleachers just steps in. And that downwind, those high release throws are always going to be to advantage, right? So SHU Summit in control. They go up 7-5 against the incredible Hucks in the round of 16. Make sure you stay tuned. Plenty more action on the other half. We're back on the second half. This is a round of 16. Winner goes through to the quarterfinals. SHU Summit getting up against the incredible Hucks, 7-5 in the first half. The Hucks start off with a very long pull. They force SHU all the way in their defending end zone. They sneak out through Chong and Tompkin. Hucks have set very flat. Oh, and got a hand to that one, but Chong manages a 1-2 with Gordon.
It's a little stagnant out there at the minute. Not a lot of movement from anyone.
Yeah, very still. They've got 2 in the deep here, have Hucks on defense. And finally they find an option coming from the deep space to under. Some quick 1-2s to make it through to halfway. Tonkin with disc in hand. As we said, it's quite a flat mark by Hucks, so they're trying to deter those long options. Earl is available for the reset, but opts for Chong instead. Chong, very rapid fakes there, trying to move the mark. Earl fakes a scuba or two. Driven back, Tonkin and Chong. So handlers are just driving up into the cup, but there's no continuation to speak of, which is why the movement looks very static.
Yeah, they don't need 3 people in a line downfield. We kind of have two deeps almost matching up with Hucks defenders, and Steph Charles is just a little deep in that popper space.
Yeah, I think Charles needs to cycle through a little bit. She needs to come in out with her other pop-up. I know what she wants. She just wants to hang out in their space and get the continuation, but...
Yeah, if they can pop on over the top, she's in the right areas, but we've already seen the scuba already just look a little bit dicey over the top, and they do have to try and get it over the long arms of Semmel Brown, so...
So Chong pivots wide. She does identify Charles in that midfield, and well done to SHU. In the end, they do eke it out for a score.
Yeah, look, happy to small ball it until they find that opening, and there they go. They find Charles lingering out the back, proving I don't know what I'm talking about at all. So, really nice. Great flow there to cap off the point. Managed to small ball their way up pretty much the whole length of the field, and then just 2 quick passes cap off the last 20 metres or so.
I want to give a shout out to Jackie Chong, who's been doing a hell of a lot of work in the handler space. She's short in stature, but you see how low she gets in a pivot and how wide she gets in a pivot. Plus, the way she moves the disc, right? When she's swinging the disc, it's so rapid that as a defender, you can't help but react and bite to it.
Yeah.
So I just think Chong just using all of her strengths here to get around the defense, and yeah, really crucial to SHU being up in this game 8-5.
Yeah, it would be nice if maybe the other handlers in the zone helped her out a little bit. Obviously, if she's going to ping it around and she's going to be the one to move it all, maybe the others don't need to just simply be resets and giving it back to her. Maybe they can present some kind of crashing options. Would help as well, but pull comes up now.
So Hucks with their offense.
Zone of their own.
Ooh, a low shot. Kept up off the ground. O'Mahony, that one goes just behind Wolski. And I think there was a call, but they're going to retract it. So the turnover stands, or maybe not.
Mahoney is calling for it, and he's going to explain.
Not sure what's going on as the game advisors step in to have a chat.
I'm pretty sure that is just a travelling turnover. So, interesting. So, O'Mahony here, he's going to claim that his right-hand fake that he throws doesn't count. And then that the lefty backhand was actually his real pivot. And that there was contact on the way through. If that's the case, he's kind of... I think he's changed
I mean, he
his
still
direction.
released it, right?
He has released it, so we'll see it here. So he gets it 1-2, flick. Yeah, so you can't fake a backhand on the right hand and then go to the left. That's it's called establishing a pivot and then just changing the pivot completely. So realistically, this turnover should stay, but
Look, I don't know why that's staying with O'Mahony, but that's what the players have decided, so we'll go with it.
it's okay.
And so Wolski and O'Mahony work it up as a 1-2. It's a very tight cut by SHU here. She gives space. O'Mahony now through the cup. And points. Shoots a shot over to Kumar. Again, O'Mahony the focus of this offense. Travel called. So just a good demonstration here.
I think that one might have been a bit more of a fair. I think he did establish a pivot there. I don't think he's in the wrong for this one.
I think maybe she's arguing that the foot came off the ground as he threw. It's an accepted travel, I think, the signal.
The consequences of that one is they're not too grand anyway. So
Yeah. So O'Mahony, again, centre field.
There we go.
Covered well, but sneaks one through. Leung, O'Mahony. Again, this SHU cup, very tight, collapsing on all of these crash options into the cup. Leung and O'Mahony still. So a lot of the incredible Hucks players getting a little sucked in. Ooh,
Wow.
That's all bounce. That's a bounce on the floor and a catch, and
That's close.
very close and worth a chat from SHU.
Absolute sinker out the hands.
That's
Oh,
dropped.
wow.
That's touch the ground. That's touch the ground before she controlled it. So,
Oh, yes. We'll go to the big screen. As our game advisor steams over. Is anyone else going to come with? No.
well, I think the players had already had a look from both respective teams and both decided it was a down call, and so they were happy to accept the perspective of their teammates.
There we go. And someone said it earlier, but Frisbees don't tell lies, so suggesting maybe Southern Hills were always meant to get this dispute.
All right, Turnbull moves it up quickly. Roberts. And O'Mahony thinks he got a clean one. Turnbull's going to call a foul.
O'Mahony's about to burst. he's losing it.
All his effort at this point going into resolving these calls in a peaceful manner. And it's going to be a
Let's
turnover
see.
stance.
Yeah, look. Yeah, I thought that's clean anyway. It looked pretty clean.
So Kumar, O'Mahony, that's a high one. Asks a lot of Kong. That one's out of bounds.
It's just unfortunate there.
So another point with lots of turns, Cal.
Lots of turns.
It
And
seems like each time SHU's the one that comes up goods with these long ones.
yeah, I'm getting worried about O'Mahony's blood pressure.
Oh,
but there
and
we
a
go.
fantastic D!
Wong runs through, gets the block.
Phoebe Wong. What intercept. Lu Hing works it up to Kumar. O'Mahony shaking free of Turnbull. Hits Leung. Sorry. Across to Kong.
Call.
And a call.
Shane is stepping on toes. Wolski there. I'll give you a shout out to Wolski. Former Surge player. Won a medal with the club coming from Wollongong. So, not a first time being on the big stage at a national tournament. So,
And Kong's also performing on this big stage. I'm liking her game so far. She's making some good choices here as Leung gets up line and Kumar over his head and out the side.
okay. Roberts making sure that it was definitely going to go out by backpacking Kuma there. Not exactly necessary. Good defensive tenacity. Yeah, that's going out. Here we go. Turnbull.
Turnbull picking it up, big huck. Oh, there's a chase by Roberts.
Oh!
And he had all the position in the world. Joey Leung had tunneled under the disc. I don't know how he didn't catch that.
Dan Roberts just casually chasing down that one, showing how easy it can be to move at pace, but
Too casual there.
yeah, just gets out the hand. Maybe grab the wrong side of the disc then.
I mean, use two hands. Like, it's an awkward wind and you just want to make sure of it. Just use two and secure it. So an awful corner here to come in for O'Mahony. This is very, very tight.
Bang!
Cut. Huge shot to Kong, who catches it with her eyes upfield.
Oh, here goes Joe.
Kumar is trapped in this cup. Uses Kong. Up to Kumar. Leung comes all the way back, having been in the end zone just seconds ago. O'Mahony, they trapping it to that far sideline, just pops one over the top to Kumar and then goes ahead again. SHU trying to really concentrate the efforts to trap it, but some nice faking by O'Mahony gets him out of trouble. And the Hucks, Lu Hing with a couple of fakes in a row, and that one,
Great
Kong
grab.
manages to squeeze it into the sideline. Leung, Kumar finding some nice space in this offensive set. He's got Leung in the hole, but doesn't want to go to him just yet. O'Mahony, that cup is,
There it is.
Surely double team.
Volsky's so free if they want to throw to her, but
Lu Hing with a goal.
very nice work from Hucks. They get the disc back after many turns each at that point and yeah, come up with the spoils. So not the cleanest hold, but a hold nonetheless.
I have to say, I think that SHU cup just ended up collapsing in too far and actually was to their detriment because it gave them the over-the-top shots. So see this one by Kumar, tiny one to O'Mahony, and he just sneaks one through the cup. Because the cup was so close, it just meant he went, got the disc, stepped in front and went past them. So
Yeah.
SHU just needing to adjust their cup there.
Look, Severin was on like that kind of furthest point away in the cup. Then it is typically in a cuppy zone like that, it's would be full on her responsibility to stop the crashes there. And unfortunately, like you know, you've got to make that a split second decision. Do I bite? Do I try to get this block? And she chose to go for it, but you know, Mahoney just kind of uses his body, shields the disc there, gets through, and yeah, comes up with the spoils. So I think you'll be relieved getting that hold in the end.
Yeah, he was involved in a few calls and a few passages of play for sure, but O'Mahony proving as a very steady handler for Hucks. SHU working it up through Little. Some fantastic duck defense, but eventually SHU still end up with a disc through Earl. Chong, just marked by Dos Santos Lee. Just a little one to reset to Gordon. Sorry, Tonkin.
Adam Sellers almost coming up with a block there for Hucks. Seems like the intensity is kind of rising up in this game a little bit. The Hucks getting a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, certainly a bit of a tug of war. As we said, there's been some long points with lots of turnovers, so seek who can hold their nerve. And SHU, they're just rifling up that far sideline on the open side. Everyone's crowding that corner.
Let's
and
go.
Dos Santos Lee gets the block ahead of Chong.
Like you're saying, they're just cramming it too much. So many bodies over on that sideline. The stack is just... the stack's set like 10 meters away from the sideline. Like, what hope do you have of creating any kind of lane to pass into?
Like you say, the Hucks, they're definitely turning on their defense. They are earning opportunities and possessions, right? It's just so far not really being able to convert for some time. And a huge shot goes up, searching for Dos Santos Lee. Gets ahead of Chong, trips over for troubles as her teammates arrive. She nice open shot.
Lorenzo gets it back, unreal. The lefty backhand hook from her was on a platter, and it's like, well, if no one else is going to get this, I may as well run all the way, get it again.
It was exactly what the Hucks needed. A big huck from Lorenzen, pinpoint to Dos Santos Lee, who holds a nerve to throw the goal. So the Hucks, you kind of felt that they've been coming for a while, right? Like they've been generating opportunities, but just unable to hold onto the disc on offense. But when you get a nice quick conversion like that one.
Dang, that's such a good throw. Gets it around Jackie Chong, and Santos Lee milks of everything she can, and there's Lorenzen. Pulls the poaching player. Such a threat. The speed and the throws of this under-24s players. Seen both teams kind of led by Well, they've got their own stars. Obviously, SHU have got the Guiana's boys, and there's blue bottles and stingrays on. What team? Oh. Maybe just blue bottles on Hucks, but both teams bringing that intensity.
Big pull. That one drives SHU all the way back, so good field position. They take a little while to get on defense, but SHU still in their defending end zone, so classic combo of Turnbull, Chong, and Earl. High shot to Turnbull. They still haven't escaped just yet. Now work it through Chow. Little one up to Turnbull. Turnbull goes long. He wants to get it out of there. It's not a
bid.
bad look, but that blade in the end just goes too quickly to ground.
Like SHU's just up the manpower a little bit on that line, bringing across Chow and Turnbull. Well, I feel like it's the right look to Gordon. It just doesn't come back enough. Possibly the wind.
Just needed a bit more air or a bit more lift on that, or just slightly change the angle so it's a little bit flatter. The wind is, there's not much sideway or crosswind wind, so even if you just flatter and let out in front, you probably had some time to run onto it. Oh, a big shot goes up by Jong, looking for Kong. She can't get there.
Don't hate that though.
Nah, downward direction, get it in position, play deep.
Yep, Simon Tal will be a big fan of that. Playing territory and...
Yeah, SHU've been giving up the possession a fair bit, so, if you can get an early turn, quick conversion, game's on. So Jong has got the Turnbull matchup here. Slices across to Chow. Little one to Gordon. Keeps it low to Turnbull, has to go to ground. He's got some long options, but elects for the crossfield to Gordon. Up to Charles. Open side option is on. Earl to Turnbull. Jong,
Speed,
Mark. Oh, and an upline cut
another
again.
one.
Just not enough air under those discs by Turnbull.
He's asking a lot from Gordon at this point. What we can take away is that the rest of the team is able to get it up the whole field, and we just need a little more patience from SHU in that final throw.
Yeah, more patience from Turnbull specifically. It's his discs that have gone, the way of the ground. Lu Hing for the Hucks.
But if there's
Turnbull points and says, you've travelled, you need to go back right there.
stops defending his player to do so. So, look, it's anyone who can get it back. So imagine it is Turnbull, but at the minute, just needs to dial in with this wind. He's playing both directions, so he's going to have to change his throws up with each and every point, but let's see if SHU can get it back here as Sellers finds himself right in the center of the end zone line.
Lu Hing just finding lots of space at the moment. They need to get a body on her.
Uh-oh.
And Hucks, that's too high. Chong's going to take that one down. SHU with a chance now. Childs, Severin. Everyone behind her, so having to wait for the stack to get in position. Turnbull. Oh,
Bang.
and a fantastic block. Another one by Wong. She's off to the races, but we just have to reset position. Jong now, he's surely going to look long, but short to Lu Hing. Sellers. Kong. So good patience and control by Hucks.
Absolutely.
Kumar. So just isolating cuts, is telling them where he wants them to go. Lu Hing on the far side. Oh, that's too low to Wong. So again, just not quite there on those longer points. Again, just giving the disc up easily on the execution errors. SHU all the way back in the end zone. Oh, and Wong! Her second
times?
block off this point. And Jong.
Oh my goodness, Lachlan Earl! What a huge bid! Stops the shot to Ratana Vong. Wowee! That's clutch. They needed that. They really needed that disc back.
Yeah, huge bid. Just trying to do one up on Turnbull here. So he goes the around break to Chow. Turnbull looks off Childs. Severin doesn't like that one, takes it on the second go. Moving it up to Gordon. Fakes the high release, but back to Chow. So Turnbull's around backhand breaks. They are getting it to that far sideline, and another one. Hucks have to do something to stop that look. Too easily up to Earl now. He had that incredible block early in this point. Chong comes under completely unmarked and looks like a pick is scored.
Not affecting the outcome, so long catch up.
Chong point, she wants a long option, but no one's delivering. Short to Turnbull. Hammer. This one targets Earl, and Earl gets a double happiness. SHU. Go one up. 9-7.
Another long hold. Many turns to that point, and yeah, SHU come up with the spoils as after a few turnovers, a few rush shots, and in the end, it's a 7 cut for the hammer from Turnbull, and Earl gets bookends for what was an incredible block earlier on. That's a great point.
Yeah, it was 8 turnovers in total for that point. So again, SHU seemingly coming up trumps on these extended passages of play. And Oscar Turnbull, I mean, he was mostly using those around backhands to get the disc to the break side. This time using the hammer. They're going to have to stop they're going to have to stop Turnbull from throwing to that break side if they're going to have any chance.
Yeah, but I like what Hucks are doing. So they're setting up their mark is just kind of like a no inside kind of mark. So they're letting those around shots go because they are floating in this win. So, and they're floating enough for Wong just to walk out and smack it down. So.
Oh, Wong, she's been fined on D, getting into good space and just picking it off, timing it just right, but I think positioning herself very intelligently to make the shot look open just enough, but knowing she's got the closing speed to shut that one down. So huge props to Wong. They didn't manage to convert, but she certainly made sure they got their opportunities.
Yeah, so she's sagging off, and I think something that maybe Hucks are realising is that the SHU team, particularly on that line there maybe, possibly both lines, looking to play through their males a lot, particularly in that handler space. Obviously they've got Jackie Chong back. She was on that point, but she kind of found herself in the stack a little bit more. So I think the boys are looking to, maybe they're being a bit hoggy. And, you know, that gives the female matching players an opportunity to sag off and get those push blocks.
Lamb moves it around as SHU set a zone of their own. Blackburn. So some good movement through the cup, but they haven't made meters yet. So just having to reset and reset. SHU Cup doing quite well to hold the Hucks back. Bacon out, gets involved. Move it across to the fat side with Blackburn. So the Hucks just happy to go sideways at the moment. They haven't really convincingly broken through. There's a lot of movement at the same time, sneaks it across. Again, Hucks have made no ground but thrown about 20 passes already.
Well, here it comes.
Oh, that one's a speculative one. But
who
who
else?
else but Donaldson? There's a call. Was it a travel call, maybe?
I have opinions about making foul calls on the mark. And if you'll hear me out, I'm going to vent them. You're just killing your flow. Like, if someone makes contact with you on the mark, and, you know, maybe if you, like, lose your established pivot or something, then, yeah, stop the play, call the foul. It's just a stall reset. You just get back to 0. So if your cutters are, like, cooking someone downfield, you just stop them from doing that. And look, he's got 2 people out on, I guess that's the break side. Now they're just going to reset, so.
Yeah, so Donaldson just... Oh, that was very heated defense by Dos Santos Lee. Oh, tiny little dump. There is a foul called. So Donaldson marked by Asher Bush.
Yeah, and just an immediate contested call. And look, we hear a perspective from a... Well, I think Bausch is trying to, say that he ran through him, and he's now retracting the call. So looks like Donaldson's going to keep possession of the disc. Bausch probably catch up. But
tapped in. So shoot. This is a break opportunity. Straight through to Gunson. Donaldson in the backfield. Everyone's far away. There's a pick. So SHU really need to reset the position of their stack. They're already in the deep space, which means that they have to go under. If they can just pull the stack a bit closer to the disc, that can allow them to have that away shape as well.
Yeah, spread it out. It's very clumped.
Tran on the far sideline, lots of fakes. Stall count rising. Donaldson comes all the way back, having done the strike up line, and that throw is to no one. Just out bounce.
Yeah. Donaldson unable to get the disc to bite in the air then, and wasn't able to kind of pull it back in to the left. Something I'm familiar with last week, and I have not let it go. So I feel ya.
In for some long points, Cal.
Yeah, it looks like another one. So already a turn apiece here.
So that one's actually gone out about midfield, or?
So it's going to be out in line with the brick markish.
SHU setting a zone.
Straight over the top. I like that. Get it inbound. Get this zone playing funky.
I think Hucks are really just playing into SHU's hands.
Oh, Blackburn! Great bid.
Way to save the disc. They can't afford a slip up so close to their defending end zone. Baker moves it across. Oh, nice find through the cup to Baker there. Oh, and that's an easy let off.
Gunson's claiming that one. Very nice.
Donaldson walks slowly to pick the disc up.
Just two people cutting at once into that lane.
Yeah, not good use of space. And an open side shot to the toes for Cooper. Oh, and so Hucks, started the point with the pivot in the end zone. They sneak it out now through Baker. It's a foul called, I think.
What would be really
Baker's
nice?
saying that there was some contact or some foul as he went to throw.
Just a lot of people crashing in on Baker. What would be really nice is, someone like Baker, they've also got Samuel Brown. They've got DeSantos Lee in a bit of space.
Finds a nice hole through Lamb. Baker.
Donaldson's got no idea that DeSantos Lee is completely poached out behind him.
It's an upwind shot though, so I don't know that the throws are confident.
Oh,
you spotted it, Cal. And Kong outsmarts Donaldson. He's got lots of players coming. She goes a high release to Blackburn, and Blackburn,
Another one. Oh.
Ooh, so the SHU defender, Gunson, goes up early and forces Blackburn to go two. Almost had it on the second attempt. Donaldson is telling them to come under, but then looks at the dump. There's some confusion, I think.
It's lovely. That's really nice from SHU.
Yeah, it's a good option and a high stall count. Buckland working hard under for Roberts. Looked off in favour of Donaldson. Donaldson winds up for a big one. Again, this one's going to be a floaty option. I think it's going to be Lamb v... Oh, and the second grab!
No.
That feels very unfair.
Yuck. Yuck.
But Buckland ends up with the disc in his hand in the end zone.
Yeah, it'd be unlike this SHU team to come down with some kind of speculative effort. It was just, again, pie. That's the second one. It's going to work. Whatever. Do it. All look the same on the scoreboard, and we can't even see the disc. There it is. It's now back on the stratosphere. Yeah, I mean...
Bobble off the bodies and hands. I mean, look, Buckland worked hard in that point. Like, he generated the initial undercut and dished it off very sensibly. And look, if Donaldson had that again, he might throw it differently, but just goes, oh, go get it, mate.
Was that a Donaldson?
Yeah.
Awesome. Two
2
pies.
for 2. 2 for 2.
For the pie maker. The longest man in Ultimate.
Maybe he's trying to bid for a shot for Pie Wagons. Playing for the wrong team this weekend.
Maybe. Alright, so Hucks now down. Another break, so they'll be itching to get one back, and
Well,
they've
time's
been
running
working
out,
very
Cal.
hard.
It's 74 minutes on the clock with an 80-minute time cap, so
Yeah.
they don't have much time to make up this margin. O'Mahony, feels like it's been a while since we've seen him on field due to those multiple long points. Now SHU set his own again, working with Kumar. Single-handed, very casual fall to ground for Leung. Leung makes some nice movement into the cup. O'Mahony.
See it happening again. We've got,
Oh, Lu Hing, that one's over the head. There's going to be scraps picked up by Kong.
if one can just stay
Stay
on
out.
the left,
Yes.
it'd be a shot. It'd be a tough shot, but it works.
Yeah, so just the male-matching players in the handler space at the moment. O'Mahony and Kumar. Leung is there in support, so is Volsky. Oh, very close defense there, applied by Tan. Wolski, Kumar. Hucks are still staying patient. Oh, just as I say that, she goes for Lu Hing, who wasn't on the same page.
Good work from the SHU zone. Forcing that just through repetition.
Is Donaldson going to go big one? No, keeps it short to Turnbull.
Has Steph Childs if he wants it.
Yeah,
Doesn't
just
shoot.
waits for the cuts to evolve. I thought it was going to hit Donaldson, but a short turnover.
Unlucky.
Yeah, Severin just in and out of the hands.
Has Lu Hing.
Surely they get things going quickly, and they do. There, Wong now finding some space on the far side. O'Mahony up to Lu Hing. This one is a better play shot. And the incredible Hucks peg one back.
Yeah, much needed hold there.
Yeah, desperately needed hold to stay in touch. 76 minutes now. So, incredible Hucks are going to have to get on a bike if they're going to make any inroads to this margin. They're down 2 breaks. I mean, it's not impossible, Cal, but
No.
the way the points are going, certainly in this more downward direction, is favoured.
This is the right line on for the job, I think. As long as you've got your 24s players on, looking good. And then I've really been lacking the intensity of Sellers on defense. I think he's been going a bit under the radar. He's had a few really good sniffs, and actually Bausch has been tuning into the stream clearly. When I said shoot it deep, he did so. So, you know, great minds think alike, and unfortunately for him, it's not always great heeding the advice from me, but maybe it's what it needs. Just like some creative throwing, being a little bit more aggressive from the Hucks. Might be what's required to win this game.
Yep, decent pull here. Just lands inbounds.
Sideline trap.
Yeah, Chong to pick up. So inside, covering the inside, trying to force SHU backwards, which they do. Very casual there by Severin to Gordon. Gordon goes a big long option, and Earl, I don't know how he snuck so free. And he does pull that one down for a score.
Great effort from the chasing Asher Bausch there, but just unable to track Lachlan Earl, who finds himself quite free in that initial movement. And I'll be asking questions of like the line call there. I don't understand if you get the pull and you get it down to this low side, where teams have obviously been struggling to get the disc out of, and
Forcing Flik, forcing...
you force Flik,
Yeah.
give him the high side. Like if you are able to get a pull run down to this low side, trap him.
Trap it, yeah, that makes total sense.
If not, you just get Gordon unloading a bomb, proving he can do great things.
But also blown cover here, like the defender was nowhere inside. I think like you know they've got the power on that line. You know you're forcing to that side. Like, you've got to expect that long option as well. So I think both the mark and the downfield defense just having to go back to the drawing board.
With that hold, you think it'd probably be a game to 12, hopefully not 13 for Hucks here.
It's a long pull. Oh, O'Mahony receives. Zhong in support.
Here we
So
go, same
again,
zone.
look. Lu Hing's been handy this game. She's always finding good space out on that far side and hasn't crowded too well, so I've been impressed with her game. Oh, and a flying bid, unsuccessful. Wolski moves it up to Tan and straight through to Kong. That is Ratanavong to Kong for a nice goal to stay in touch for the incredible Hucks.
Yeah, quick hold, so we'll play this point out. And we'll probably hear the buzzer mid-game, or mid-point. We'll have to see, but... Oh, there we go now. So great effort there from Dan Roberts, having a really big sniff on this one here. You see him tracking in and just unable to get his fingertips on that one. And Turnbull, pretty close there. Didn't want to do a bit of his own, I guess. Already saw one earlier, he said, but that'll do. I'm up.
Yeah, this throw by Zhong, in between 3 defenders to Wolski, that was brave. And Rashnavong, just once they got past those first 2 lines of defense, it was easy as up that far side. And Kong, that is her 3rd goal for the game to go with the 1 assist. So Kong finding plenty of end zone paddock to get her scores.
Yeah, stat machine so far.
Munkaraka, the big pull.
It's a bomb. That's huge.
Tonkin sits under it. Turnbull's in support. They move it up very quickly.
Oh, doesn't want to shoot it. Patience, though. I think that's what we can expect.
Yeah, Little looks for Turnbull. Some heat applied on the bid. Nice shot inside to Tonkin. Moves it up to Collier. Collier, high shot, but high grab, pulled down by Badenhop. Power strike, Turnbull keeps it low, and that one bobs up high, but snaffled down by Keith Chow. And Southern Hills Ultimate Summit, they are in prime position to take this game, now up 12-9.
Match point will be a game to 13, and well, it's not impossible. Crazier things have happened, but holding serve will do it now.
Yeah, it feels like SHU have had control of this game from the very beginning. They've only given up 2 breaks, so like you said, the offense hasn't been clean, but every time there's been a bit of push and shove with those long points and grindy efforts, it's been SHU that's come up trumps. So, I mean, look, if a couple of points had gone the other way and Hucks were knocking on the doorstep to a few conversions, it might have been a different story. Just a couple of let-offs in the end for Hucks being the difference. So it's been a competitive game, but just SHU more connections when they have those break opportunities. Or caught with a face, Lu Hing, but keeps it off the ground. O'Mahony with Zhong. Kong on this close side. Hucks, they keep the disc moving. They do look good when they're doing this. They got good momentum. Continue changing the angles of attack. And perfectly timed undercut by Kong. Wolski now gets free, but the hand just bounces into the disc.
Such good movement. Just an unfortunate error there as Donaldson throws. Could have been another pie, could it? Hey, it's coming down with snow on it.
Buckland!
Oh, what a read!
Buckland gets on
goal.
top of Zhong. That is the goal. That is the game. SHU are through to the quarterfinals.
And, well, how else would they get there other than a speculative huck? And Buckland pulls down the 3rd pie from Donaldson, and they all look the same on the scoreboard, baby. SHU go through to the quarterfinals.
The SHU does fit, and they are through to a quarterfinals berth here to see the results of the other pre-quarters to determine their opponents. But the team out from Adelaide, South Australia, moving through to the final bracket stages of the tournament. And Hucks, look, just a couple of moments in it, I think, Cal. You know, they played pretty well. They were competitive. Those grindy points, like, they were in them, and they looked like they could convert. It was just those last-ditch attempts, some fantastic layout grabs by Turnbull and by Earl, you know, saving those conversions in the end. So just a couple of moments. They'll be disappointed with this loss, but certainly lots of highlights to show for it on the reel.
Absolutely. I think really a lot of credit should go to how they structured their teams, upwind, downwind kind of lines. I think a lot of kudos needs to go to those under-24s players. I think those female matching players really just kind of pushed all the momentum in those zone O points. And look, there's lots they can take away. I'm sure in that 9 to 16 bracket, this will be a really strong team, and I think they would expect to finish quite high. So, look, we look forward to the rest of that.
We do look forward. Like we said, we are down to the pointy end of the tournament, but this is not the end of the day just yet. We still have one more game at 4:10 local time, so that's 15 minutes away with a big pre-quarter matchup, Oblivion versus Lunchbox. Make sure you stay tuned. This is Avril Tam and Callum Faulkner signing off.